thedailymass.com. Experience the Roman Catholic Mass from historic St. Louis Cathedral every day on thedailymass.com. His love, anywhere in the world.
Good evening, I'm Sarah McDonald.
And I'm Jason Angela. Welcome to Issues in Faith. Now, Sarah, Archbishop Amen has called to action parishes to focus on evangelization. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, Archbishop Amen has made this sort of an archdiocesan theme lately, not only for parishes, but for the ministries of the Archdiocese, to really focus on evangelization. And not just people who we're inviting back through the Catholics Come Home campaign, but people who are in our parishes, in our schools, participating in ministries, to really focus on evangelizing them so they have a deeper understanding of the faith. And so tonight we're going to focus on two parishes, one St. Anne, who's rededicated their new church, or renovations of their church, and the other St. Catherine, who's had a ministry fair to invite people in their parish to be more active. Plus, we're going to introduce the new Director of Religious Education for the Office of Religious Education in the Archdiocese.
Fantastic.
Well, Pope Benedict XVI has made fighting secularism a major theme of his pontificate, and in a recent address said the separation of church and state in many democratic nations has caused the removal of God from life. The Vatican released a statement from the Pontifical Council on Culture saying in today's world it seems religious beliefs and values are expected to be left not only out of the process of public decision-making, but out of people's own personal lives. To be clear, the Church supports a form of church-state separation that ensures religions have a voice in society and that laws reflect moral values, including laws dealing with life and marriage. Here in the United States, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops will be releasing a revised faithful citizenship document in advance of the regular national elections.
A new book by a Catholic talk show host looks at how the media and culture are sending unhealthy messages to women and how the church can fill the emotional and spiritual void left behind. The book, Extreme Makeover, Women Transformed by Christ, Not Conformed to the Culture, by Teresa Tomeo, looks at how the culture is, quote, going after women and how women are hurt, whether it's by body image, eating disorders, and sexual objectification. In her book, Tomeo makes a considerable number of references to surveys, studies, and research done by well-known secular organizations to support her arguments and show how natural law reveals itself in reality. For more information about the book or Tomeo, go to www.ewtn.com.
Well, people may begin to see the first changes to the Mass as part of the implementation of the new Roman Missal as early as October 1st. But right now, parishes are preparing in many different ways. Some parishes are hosting workshops for parishioners, while others are focusing on the Missal changes during homilies of the Mass in the upcoming weekends. On Tuesday, retired Archbishop Alfred Hughes will lead a teaching Mass at the Cenacle at 6:30 p.m. to help people understand the changes that are taking place. According to Archbishop Gregory Amen, the goal of this teaching Mass and of other archdiocesan-sponsored events is to help people not only be aware and know the change of words, but to come to understand the meaning behind them. People are encouraged to contact their pastors directly with questions about the new Roman Missal.
Catholic Charities in the Archdiocese of New Orleans has received the largest single grant in its history, $15 million, from the Baton Rouge Area Foundation to oversee a collaborative of nonprofit organizations that will provide direct assistance, counseling, and job force training to coastal Louisiana fishing families affected by the 2010 BP oil spill. Archbishop Amen was on hand to accept the gift from John Davies of the Baton Rouge Area Foundation earlier this month. In his address, the Archbishop recognized the work of Catholic Charities, but also reiterated his concern for the families still struggling from the oil spill. According to a recent study from Tulane University, only 39% of fishermen have been able to go back to full-time work since 2010's oil spill.
And tonight we are joined by the new director of the Office of Religious Education in the Archdiocese of New Orleans, Miss Alice Hughes. Thank you so much for being with us, Alice.
Thank you, Sarah.
And welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit. We have a lot of viewers interested in the Catholic community. Tell us a little bit about your background.
My background is I've only worked in the church. and been in the church. As my husband likes to say, I have no life outside the church. I started out in Pensacola as a second grade teacher in a Catholic school and taught there for almost 7 years, and then entered the convent, the Benedictines in Coleman, Alabama, and stayed there, worked in a parish, worked in schools, and my last year in the convent I was campus minister and theology teacher at John Carroll in Birmingham, the Catholic high school in Birmingham, and met my husband. And I moved back to Pensacola and worked in a parish and school, the cathedral, and then got a job at St. Anne's in Gulf Breeze and worked there, and then went to Catholic High, my alma mater. The only place I ever worked where I actually went to school was Pensacola Catholic High, and I was campus minister, head of theology. And then went down to Orlando and was in a large parish in Orlando for 4 years, and out of the blue got a call about Jackson Diocese. And moved to Jackson as the director of faith formation. And out of the blue, I was there for, I was going into my 8th year.
Okay.
And it's the longest I'd been anywhere. And then this opportunity came up, and it was like kind of coming home to come to New Orleans. When I was growing up in Pensacola, it was the old Mobile Birmingham Diocese, and we were part of the Archdiocese. We were in the province of the Archdiocese of New Orleans. So it was like coming back home, going close to the Gulf Coast and getting closer to Pensacola again. So I've only worked for one organization, but I've worked in a lot of places in that one organization. God seems to like to move me around.
That's a theme, I think, in Catholic. Once you get into the Catholic ministry through the Archdiocese or in your parishes, you tend to stay there. We're finding a lot of that with people we work with. Well, what are some of your goals coming into the Office of Religious Education? Evangelization is a major goal of Archbishop Amen, and him having an educational background himself, very, very strong in making sure that we have very strongly formed Catholics here in the Archdiocese.
It's good to, I tell you, one of my main reasons I think for accepting the position was Archbishop Amen and his reputation. Knowing that he was an educator, and then the reputation when he was in Austin Diocese. One of my goals is to get around to all the parishes and the schools, and which I'm in process of doing right now, and to see what are the needs. What are the catechetical needs? What are the formational needs? One of my big things is faith formation, which expands it from just children to the womb to tomb kind of a concept, which goes along with evangelization. In the National Directory and the General Directory of Catechesis, the Pope called us to new evangelization, which is going out and bringing that concept of faith formation, religious education, and that relationship with God back to the people that supposedly had already been evangelized through baptism, but kind of have missed the boat somewhere. So it's to bring about that awareness again that God is still present in their lives, and the church is still here and open and welcoming them back. And I think that concept of forming the adults especially, that relationship, that personal relationship with God. I think, excuse me, one of my things with catechist certification, for example, with being an adult faith formation program, is to make it more of an invitation that this is a way that you can come back into a love relationship with God. That is not something that awful that we're asking, but it's an opportunity to learn more about God, and once you learn more about God, then you fall more in love with God.
And I think that's, you know, television, short timing. I think that's a beautiful way to wrap up, Alice. We would all want to call people to fall back in love with God and to grow into that deeper, closer relationship with Him personally, so that we can share that with others.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming here to New Orleans. We are very much looking forward to working with you. If there's ever anything we can do here on Issues in Faith with the program, let us know. We'd be happy to help, as that evangelization is part of our ministry. And again, welcome to New Orleans.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well,
you can get more information about the Office of Religious Education and its programs online at www.archdio-no.com. We'll be right back.
Hey, check this out.
It has a camera, it has wireless, it sends text messages.
And it could send me to jail.
In a 2008 study, it was estimated that 20% of teens have electronically sent nude or semi-nude pictures or videos of themselves.
Sending or receiving photos like these could result in child pornography charges and other consequences.
Parents, please take time to talk to your children about what they send and share with others.
For more information, visit www.archdiocese-no.org.
When it comes to your children, stay informed and stay involved.
I'm here today inside historic St. Louis Cathedral, a place where WLAE has broadcast the daily Mass for more than 25 years.
A recent PBS ruling ensures that this valuable service will continue on WLAE for those looking for daily inspiration, and for the many who are homebound or in our area hospitals who can't attend Mass. But in order to continue to provide the Mass every day, we need your financial support now more than ever. I'm asking you to please consider donating today. We have numerous partnership opportunities available. For as little as $32 a month, you can help fund the televising of the Daily Mass, a program that lifts the spirit and enriches the lives of so many of our viewers. And for a donation of $50 or more, we will send you this beautiful signed poster of St. Louis Cathedral as our gift. Please send your contributions to WLAE TV, 3330 North Causeway Boulevard, Metairie, Louisiana 7002, or to donate online, log on to WLAE.com and click on the picture of St. Louis Cathedral. For more information on partnership opportunities, call 504-866-7411.
At WLAE, we've worked hard to keep the Mass on the air. Now we need your financial support to keep it going. I know that you'll help us if you can. Thank you, and God bless.
Things have changed at St. Anne's Church and Shrine in Metairie. Long-awaited renovations and building plans are now complete. A new school year begins with new programs, and the comfort level in the pews went up several notches. Parishioners took the opportunity to celebrate the changes as the church was rededicating during its 40th anniversary. Janet Gross has the story.
For today we come before you to dedicate to your lasting service this house of prayer, this temple of worship, this home in which we are nourished by your word and by your sacraments.
They've been waiting a while for this day. Since before Katrina, they had planned to make changes, improvements. The storm postponed things a little, but now, with a few structural changes and some major comfort improvements, the church family is home.
I like the angles of the pews, the new carpeting, the choir positioning. Everything is so modern.
Light of Christ, shine forth in the church.
Lighting, adding extra lighting, especially the lights over the altar. When they turned the lights on, at first the lights over the altar were dim, but then as they got bright, it was like a shining light, a sun shining down on top of the altar. So it's really beautiful.
Archbishop Aymon has history here. When he was rector at the seminary, he would serve at St. Anne's on the weekends. They claim him as one of their own.
You are part of one of the living stones, certainly in the Archdiocese, but also St. Anne Parish. So I'm going to give you one of the bricks.
It's a holy brick.
We just bless it.
And even as they celebrate their updated church home, the finishing touches are made to the brand new school building outside. This will house a new early childhood program for 2-year-olds.
The very fact that we filled, our expectation was 2 classrooms, and we filled 3. So it's just wonderful. And I think many people are going to be happy to have this so their children can come to a safe, secure environment where they know the St. Anne School family.
May the blessing of Almighty God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit descend upon this classroom and all those who come here to grow in knowledge and in faith.
45 2-year-olds will start off this program, adding to the more than 800 other students at the school.
So it is very important that we have these kinds of programs because Catholic education is not only to enrich the mind, which is very important, but also to form the heart into the image of Christ. And so this children, even for 2-year-olds, I mean, you know, that is a faith experience. For them to be able to be in this environment of faith and to be with other children of faith is a very powerful moment.
And bringing in the youngest is something many families in the parish have been hoping and praying for.
Right on this spot, there were 2 residential facilities that were affected by the hurricane. We had to tear them down, and then this is the result of, you know, so there's always seems to be a blessing within the storm, and this is it.
They see so many blessings here, 40 years of blessings so far. I'm Janet Gross for Issues in Faith.
The $1.8 million project may have taken a while to get off the paper, but the renovations and construction were completed in about 8 months.
Hey, check this out.
It has a camera, it has wireless, it sends text messages.
And it could send me to jail.
In a 2008 study, it was estimated that 20% of teens have electronically sent nude or semi-nude pictures or videos of themselves.
Sending or receiving photos like these could result in child pornography charges and other consequences.
Parents, please take time to talk to your children about what they send and share with others.
For more information, visit www.archdiocese-no.org.
When it comes to your children, stay informed and stay involved.
I'm here today inside historic St. Louis Cathedral, a place where WLAE has broadcast the daily Mass for more than 25 years.
A recent PBS ruling ensures that this valuable service will continue on WLAE for those looking for daily inspiration, and for the many who are homebound or in our area hospitals who can't attend Mass. But in order to continue to provide the Mass every day, we need your financial support now more than ever. I'm asking you to please consider donating today. We have numerous partnership opportunities available. For as little as $32 a month, you can help fund the televising of the Daily Mass, a program that lifts the spirit and enriches the lives of so many of our viewers. And for a donation of $50 or more, we will send you this beautiful signed poster of St. Louis Cathedral as our gift. Please send your contributions to WLAE-TV, 3330 North Causeway Boulevard, Metairie, Louisiana 7002, or to donate online, log on to WLAE.com and click on the picture of St. Louis Cathedral. For more information on partnership opportunities, call 504-866-7411.
At WLAE, we've worked hard to keep the Mass on the air. Now we need your financial support to keep it going. I know that you'll help us if you can. Thank you, and God bless.
Calling the faithful to action sometimes takes a little extra effort, but it's worth it to get people involved and included in the parish family. That's what some ministry organizers at St. Catherine of Siena figured as they hosted a weekend of ministry fair. Janet Gross has the story.
It wasn't going to be easy getting out of Mass this weekend, because waiting for them on the other side of the glass was a gathering wall of volunteers, looking for more volunteers.
A little explanation of the Legion and some of the things that we do.
This ministry fair at St. Catherine of Siena was meant to make parishioners aware of the more than 30 ministries here that could use some help.
We want to do all we can to respect life and preserve it from the inception to the natural death.
There's so many ministries that we have, and you don't have to say, oh, I'm committed, every day. There's ways to do it to get closer to God, and that's what we're, finding ways to serve the community.
They printed books and leaflets and flyers trying to get the word out, and they wisely had donuts to attract the kids, so the parents would follow them to the tables. It's all about letting people know how they can get involved.
But I think it's the way to go, because communication and putting out the call, if you don't do that, people don't know where to sign up, and it takes a little excuse to say, nobody asked, so I'm not doing it,
Come into the door and sign up for 1-hour segments, and some of the spots have one person currently, but they like to have at least 2.
A ministry fair is not a new idea, but not all churches do them. For this one, St. Catherine's didn't have to start from scratch. They borrowed from another parish.
We actually stole it from Mary Queen of Peace. So we steal shamelessly, and we hope others do it too, because it works.
This certainly worked as people learned about a mission and signed up on the spot. Others, they hope, will think about it and sign up later.
Very good organization too. Respect life.
All right. Yeah, I'll consider both of these.
Thank you.
Just to plant the idea in people's heads that they're called to give their time and their talent to their parish family. That part of loving Jesus is loving the people of the family.
There is an October training, and we'll be contacting everyone who signs up to let them know when that's going to start. And you start in a small group, and then you just start to build your fellowship circle. And then you start, of course, this is New Orleans, so once you start that little fellowship circle, you realize that you're probably related to half of these people in some way, and then it just builds and builds and builds. And that's what we're hoping for, just the spreading of the faith community.
Spreading the faith, spreading the word. And armed with smiles and donuts, they're on a mission for ministry, looking for new recruits. I'm Janet Gross for Issues in Faith.
Organizers hope this first fair will help get the word out that everyone can find a place to help. They were pleasantly surprised to get a lot of volunteers already willing to get involved.
If you have a question or a story you'd like to see on air, write to us at Issues in Faith, 3330 North Causeway Boulevard, Suite 345, Metairie, Louisiana 70002, or email us at questions@WLAE.com. Plus, if you missed an episode, you can catch up online at www.archdiocese-no.org. And that's our program for this evening. For all of us at Issues in Faith, thanks for watching.
We'll be back next week. Hope you join us again soon. Until then, God bless.